Okay. Can you see that document now
Yes.
also? All right. And we talked about the top parts. Do you recognize the writing, the handwriting on the bottom part of that document?
I do. It's Casey's.
All right. The state would move to admit Exhibit 30.
No objection.
Court will receive State's Exhibit 30. Wish to publish?
Yes, please. All right. You mentioned, Kylie, that you had the same document at home. What does this document represent that you and Kacee both had, each in your own names?
So this is an insurance policy that my dad had started for me and Kacee in 1996.
And sorry, that's the date up at the top, 3/19/96?
Yes.
Okay. And what happened with that policy?
I would say in about 2007 or 2008, he asked if we wanted to take over payments on him. It was a policy that he had for one for me and one for Kacee, but he no longer wanted to pay the premium on it, and he offered, we could cash it out early or continue to make a monthly payment on it if we wanted to keep that policy going. And both me and Kacee chose to cash out on those.
How do you know that Kacee decided to do that?
We were both together.
All right. And you believe that was in 2008-ish?
I got married in 2006, and so it was around 2007, 2008.
Okay. And you said you and Kacee cashed out at the same time?
Correct.
All right. Okay, we can take that document down. Thank you. We had talked about Kacee living at Meggan's house where she lived with her husband. When did Kacee, as far as you're aware, move out of that house?
Me and my husband moved her out around 2020.
Why did you and your husband move her out?
Because Kacee no longer felt safe living there.
How did she express that to you?
There were multiple phone calls that she felt like Meggan was trying to poison her, and that she just didn't feel comfortable being in that house anymore.
Did she indicate to you why it was she thought Meggan was trying to poison her?
She said that she felt like she had had a stroke one time, that she was having a hard time talking, coming up with words, and she's like, either I've been drugged or I've had a stroke.
Did she express to you anything that she believed she had been poisoned with?
Insulin.
When you moved her out, was Meggan present at that time?
No,
Where was Meggan?
on a vacation.
All right. What, as far as you know, was Meggan aware that Kacee was going to be moving out that day?
No,
Why is that?
because Kacee didn't want to make Meggan mad.
Okay.
And so for a few days, I gathered up boxes and totes, and then she packed things up. And then once Meggan and Mitch went to their family cabin, me and my husband took our trailer over there and moved her
Where did you move her to?
to my grandparents' basement in Highland.
When you were at Meggan's home moving Kacee out, did you personally see any indications that supported Kacee's fears that she had expressed to you?
Yes, Kacee showed me a bottle of insulin in Meggan's fridge.
Did anybody else besides you see that?
I was the one there. I've been told that she has also shown it.
Anything she was told is hearsay.
That's fine.
Sustained.
All right. So you saw that and nobody else was with you at the time?
Correct.
Okay. Let us turn to August 12th. What was your first indication that day that there was something wrong with Kacee?
From the phone call or just in general?
What was your first indication that there was a problem with Kacee?
I did not get any phone calls or anything leading up for the whole day. I was not aware of anything that happened until later that night when I received a phone call from my Uncle Mark.
What time of day did you receive that phone call?
Around 9:30 at night.
What did Mark express to you in that phone call?
That he had gone downstairs to check on Kacee. It was, he was wrapping up for the night. He went downstairs and found Kacee. She was making some weird noises and kind of having a hard time breathing.
What did you think at that point?
She hadn't been real mobile from her knees, and so, I knew that after surgery you run the risk of blood clots, or if you don't get up and move around, that you can get fluid in your lungs and get pneumonia. And so I told him, well, let's call the ambulance and let's have her taken to the hospital and get her checked out. He held the phone down so I could hear, and it sounded like she was
Take your time.
It was sing noises. That I heard when I watched my dad die. He was struggling to breathe. She sounded like she was drowning.
When you heard that, what did you do?
I told Mark to call 911 and get her to the hospital.
What happened after that?
He told me that he told me that her friend was there.
How'd you respond to that?
I said, who? And he had to ask. And then he said, Meggan and her parents.
What did you say?
Get them out of there.
Why did you say that?
Because I knew that she was killing Kacee.
What happened after you said that to Mark?
Mark hung up with me and went to call 911. I got my kids to bed and I was in my pajamas, so I was getting my clothes on and told my husband, who was sitting on the bed by me, and we were both just getting our shoes on, getting ready to leave, and then Meggan called me.
How did her number come up to you? Did you have her in your phone as Meggan? Did you know who was calling when the phone rang?
Yes,
All right, what did you do?
I answered it.
Tell us about that conversation.
She said, Mrs. Meggan, I don't know if you know this or not, but Kacee's not doing well. And I said, yeah, I'm sure she's not. And she said, I don't know if she's not doing well. And I told her that I knew exactly what she was doing. When I got Kacee to the hospital, the very first thing that I was going to have checked was her blood sugar level. And if it wasn't anything but normal, of a normal range, then I knew what she had done.
After you told Meggan that you knew what she had done, what else happened in that conversation?
I told her she should probably not be there when the cops get there, and that she needed to leave.
Was that the end of the conversation?
Yeah, she gasped and then hung up.
Did you, at some point, get to the hospital where Kacee was?
Yeah, so me and my husband drove to American Fork Hospital, and we waited for 10 or 15 minutes for the ambulance to show up. And then we got a phone call saying that her needs would be better taken care of if she was transferred to the one at the point of the mountain, Holy Cross. So we ended up driving up to that hospital.
Okay. And was Kacee there when you got there?
She was, but we weren't allowed back there.
Were you able to see Kacee at some point?
When she got more stable, they let me back there.
Was she conscious?
No.
Were you ever able to talk to Kacee?
No,
How long was she in the hospital?
3 days.
What happened at the end of those 3 days?
We took her off life support and she died.
Kylie, had you ever spoken to Meggan before August 12th, 2024?
Yeah,
Had Meggan ever told you that Kacee had a DNR?
yes.
Did she tell you that on August 12th, 2024?
Not that I recall.
Okay. How did you, no, strike that. At some point, did you find out that, that Kacee did not have cancer?
Yes.
When did you find that out?
The next morning after she was admitted, so the 13th.
Was that surprising to you?
Yes.